Greetings to fellow Kenyans, which I send to you on this cold Nairobi evening, on this 17th day of August 2022. We voted last week, and we must celebrate ourselves. Thank you, Kenyans, for shaming the prophets of doom. I know of people from the international community, especially media, who boarded planes to come here with their cameras to take images of Kenyans fighting. We put them to shame. Thank you very much. We must celebrate each other. We remain each other's brother. We remain neighbors and friends. And we put many people to shame. So we must indeed congratulate ourselves. We must also congratulate our leaders who have conducted themselves in a manner that has not encouraged their supporters to engage in acts of violence. We are indeed very happy. We congratulate the two front runners, Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto, who was declared president-elect. I congratulate the two leaders because of their conduct. The strong language they used to use during the campaign has been replaced with civil language. I've listened to President-elect William Samoei Ruto, and it leaves no doubt in my mind whatsoever that he knows he shoulders a responsibility at this particular time. I congratulate Raila Odinga for taking the route that we gave ourselves with a new constitution. We said never again shall we go to the streets to resolve our disputes. We gave ourselves the Supreme Court, to which we went in 2013 and 2017. I'm happy in rejecting the results. Raila Odinga says he's going to use constitutional and legal means. Thank you very much, Baba. This is the path we want to walk. As the winners celebrate, as the losers grieve and go through the pain, we remain Kenyans. To the winners, I ask you to be magnanimous in your victory. In particular, I ask people to stop the foul language I'm witnessing on social media. When you hit a man and he's down, don't follow him there. The kind of things people are saying about the other side, celebrate and enjoy your victory without adding salt to injury for those who have lost. If you want something bad to say about Manyora. I'm a strong man. You can say anything you want about me. Me, I don't really care. But be mindful of the fragile psychological bundles that are the human beings who are experiencing pain. To those who are going through grief, to those who feel the pain, to those who had thought it's the time for this country to redeem herself, to those who had thought that this time round we shall get it right, I say this to you. It is always cold and hot. There is night and there's daytime. Those who enter the arena with bold smiles and bravado may exit the same arena with bloodied noses, with shame. That's part of life. Therefore, take solace in the knowledge that today is today and tomorrow is tomorrow. Whereas today feeds into tomorrow, tomorrow is certainly different from today because of the tidings of tomorrow. Take hope and solace in the knowledge that the path Raila Odinga is chosen to walk may actually bring victory. To the institutions of government charged with the responsibility of making sure we remain peaceful, united, and with faith in those institutions, I urge you to do everything within your reach to ensure we remain one people. I commend the security forces for keeping peace, for making Kenyans go about their business of voting and other affairs of life, comfortable in the knowledge that you are there. Thank you, our men in uniform. To those who have managed the election and done so well, we say thank you. To Chebukati and his team, I've said you have done a good job until the last moment. The lack of clarity in the announcement of the results has robbed you of your victory. The division in the IBC did little to give us confidence in the results. But since Raila Odinga has chosen to go the legal way, we hope there was nothing more than the drama. That will be good for democracy, because then the drama will be proved in courts. To the Supreme Court, I must return to what I've always said. Now that it's most likely Raila Odinga or his agents will be knocking on your door, I want you at the Supreme Court of Kenya to remember one thing, that we have so much hope in you. It is because of the Supreme Court that we have no other way of resolving disputes. That there is no Kenyan who thinks about going to the streets because they know you are there. But I've also said something else, that the Supreme Court must allow the people of Kenya to elect their president. If we make it routine that every time there's a presidential election, the loser heads to the court, and the court makes a decision one way or the other, we are transferring the power of the citizen to elect their president to you, the Supreme Court, to the judiciary. That is not what was intended. I urge you, therefore, the Supreme Court, if this case is brought to you, deal with this case with finality. If in your wisdom and judgment there is sufficient evidence to nullify the election, do not hesitate. And not because I will enjoy the nullification, not because I will want to rob Ruto of his victory, but because I care about this country, and I'm looking at the future of this country, and I know what elections can do to our country. I'm therefore urging you, the Supreme Court, to look at matters brought before you, at the evidence, and act without fear or favor, without offending anybody, without fearing anybody. But more than that, please go hard on the culprits. If indeed there are men and women who have caused this country the agony, if there are men and women who have compromised the election, you must look at the books, at the law, and at your powers at the judiciary to ensure that these men and women are dealt with so firmly that nobody among the commissioners or of any commission will ever think about misbehaving with an election. Only then can we be assured that the people of Kenya will be the only persons electing a president and not the Supreme Court. Deal with the people. Do not just nullify an election. Bring the people to book so that we end this idea that every electoral cycle, that people will always go to the Supreme Court and expect a verdict that could as well be nullification of an election. When you nullify an election, different dynamics kick in, and the will of the people may as well be distorted. We've seen what happens in runoffs. We've seen that across the world, because the dynamics change. To that extent, therefore, the will of the people can be subverted. Look at this case meticulously. I would urge that you follow the Justice Maraga thinking and opinion, that any irregularities and illegalities, irrespective of the quantity, should actually lead to the nullification of the election. That if elections are not held in accordance with the Constitution, that election must be nullified. But as you do so, I urge you to ensure that anybody responsible for that pays so heavily, no other Kenyan will think about messing the elections. It's important that we do that. Finally, I must go where I started, to thank Kenyans for being peaceful, for knowing that man next door is your brother. You come from Siaya, the man next door comes from Kiambu. That is your brother. When you are in Kibra, the Luo in the next room and you are a Kamba, that is your brother. When your child falls sick and you need to carry the child on your back to take to the nearest clinic, walking through the night, that is a man who will escort you and even help you to carry that sick child to seek medical attention. That is your brother. Do not take a stone to throw at your brother because he supports somebody different from you. And to our political leaders, I'm happy with you because you've chosen to resolve your differences in a civil manner. To Raila Odinga, because you've chosen to go the constitutional and legal way, we applaud you. We say that's the way to go. To the institutions charged with maintaining law and order, we say thank you, finally. To the Supreme Court, please, your wisdom is awaited. Do what it is to ensure that Kenyans have faith in their institutions. When a man brings evidence to the Supreme Court that doesn't have legs or head, a head or legs, dismiss it politely and remind them that the Supreme Court is a busy institution trusted with enormous responsibility, so that next time nobody will walk to the Supreme Court with frivolous cases. But like I've said, should you notice anything that we need to sanction, do not fear anybody. Kenyans are with you. Thank you, Kenyans, and may God bless this country.